So the first one came out this week that NASA. So we kind of talked about the Gateway, which is going to be a lunar orbiting kind of like a miniature ISS that's in orbit around the moon. It's a really exciting thing, and it's happening. We've talked about how SpaceX will be sending cargo to the Gateway with a Dragon capsule, Dragon XL capsule they're calling it, and but some news came out where apparently NASA has not officially selected a rocket to carry two of the modules together, but there's the PPE, which is the power and propulsion element, and then there's also the habitation module known as HALO, or the Habitation and Logistics Outpost. So basically, where people will hang out, but also like the Vasimir, or the I think it's a Vasimir engine or some kind of ion engine, is the propulsion element. So those two things were originally going to be launched on two separate Falcon Heavy launches, or that was kind of the I think the leading contender was Falcon Heavy, but now they announced that they're going to be launched together instead of being launched independently. So originally they're going to launch two of them, each of them then had to dock them, which means each one of those things needed its own propulsion elements too, because if each one would need to go up into space and then station keep, and then they would need to be able to dock together. So they would both have to have, a lot more complexity really, and that does add, cost and danger and logistics. But get this, I guess the new study shows that, and they're talking that Falcon Heavy with that stretched fairing, you could integrate those two pieces, the power propulsion element and the habitat, and they would fit inside of the bigger fairing for Falcon Heavy, and be able to launch it in just one launch, which is super exciting. So that's incredible. That if a single Falcon, this would likely need to be an expended Falcon Heavy in order to get something that heavy on out to the moon. But even so, I mean, that's going to be one expended Falcon Heavy is definitely cheaper than two reused, and way cheaper to develop the hardware if they aren't having to put propulsion elements and all of the guidance and navigation and all of the all of the control systems on both vehicles. That's huge. So. This might be a major cost savings thing, which I like. I love. I love that. I feel like NASA is in this time of like, let's rethink things and let's actually start leaning on some of these new technologies and start rethinking the way we're doing these things. And it's paying off for them. I mean, that's super cool. What do you guys think?
So, okay. It's two different modules that previously were going to have to go up separately and dock in space. Does this mean that they're going to go up attached together? Or are they going to still go up like separately in the same thing? And
I think they'll be pre-attached. And in fact, they might not even have. I don't know what the study exactly looks like, but they might. There would have had to be a docking port to connect those two. Mm-hmm. They could forego a lot of that equipment if they can just pre-stack them and just have them pre-integrated. Why would you bother? Unless, the thing is that the station might want to be module in some elements, but maybe that's just one you just forego modularity. Is that a word?
That's a word.
Yeah. You forego modularity and just stick them together and forego a lot of that stuff, which would, again, reduce complexity and make it simpler. And yeah, I think that's awesome.
Here comes my, 6-year-old understanding of things. How hard is it to get into orbit with the moon? I feel like there's not a lot of gravity there.
Well, the problem is getting out to the moon. You're fighting Earth's gravity injection. Still. Yep, exactly. You have to perform a translunar injection.
That's what I mean. Like at some, I don't know, like it sounds like in my head, I'm thinking, man, like I wonder if you're just, you got an orbit and then eventually like, oh, nope, here comes Earth. Like, bye. Like I'm gone. I get pulled away.
You mean if you're in orbit of the moon?
Yeah, if you're locked in, are you locked in, or is it a fragile, kind of state? Well, like the sun isn't going to pull you away if you're in orbit of Earth, right? It's too far away, too many other things. But
you're not wrong actually, in a sense, because the weird thing about the moon is because it's it's not as simple as what you think.
We can just end there. That's good. Thank you.
Don't get cocky.
The moon is actually varies in density a lot, so its orbits are pretty unstable. They actually have to map out where these different gravity wells are. And so certain things that have been in orbit around the moon, because it's so unstable, it'll end up maybe flinging themselves out in random places or crashing back into the moon after a lot of time. Like we're talking hundreds of millions of years or something. But once something's in orbit, you have to expend energy to get it into orbit and detach it from Earth's orbit, and to get back to where the orbit would reconnect with, kind of think about two wells. You have like that's like a stretchy piece of cotton or something, or cloth, and if you stick a big bowling ball in one and a baseball way over there, 10 feet away, 3 meters away, at some point you kind of cross that little hump. Or like when you're miniature golfing sometimes, and you'll see like some of them have like multiple pockets. At some point there might be a really big pocket, but you could go over a hump and end up in the smaller pocket. It's just like that. And so in order to get back into the big hump, you still have to get out of that small pocket of gravity. That's kind of how
you works. Now need a big hump and small pocket shirt.
Big hump, small pocket.
A shirt with a big hump and small pockets.
Pre-packaged with like a giant
with a big foam hump on the back.
Yeah, like
it'll be a whole
style.
thing.
It'll be a whole thing.
All the kids will be wearing it in 2021.
People will be like, what is going on?
Hey, thanks for checking us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this clip from our podcast.
We do a weekly show here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to Our Ludicrous Future, where we discuss all the things that are going to make our future totally ludicrous.
You can join us here on YouTube or at any of your favorite podcast places. Plus, if you want to get some behind-the-scenes stuff and join a cool community, you can help support the channel at patreon.com. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.